what? I'm not gonna lie, my fucking leg is killing me. And this bastard, I owe him something, I swear to God I do. I just want to run down there and smack the smoke off his face.
You'll get your chance January 17th.
Fucking Dell.
He shocked everyone in this building when he picked Showtime Scott Summers to be his tag team partner.
I mean, yeah, he did, but it's smart. Because Showtime, he's nuts, man. He's fucking nuts.
Leaves JT LaMotta in a strange situation, but it might be for the best. If you look at the history of JT LaMotta's career, trust has always been an issue. One man like Dell, no clear example of that. So now he's teaming with a man that he knows that he can't trust. That's out of the way.
I'm not gonna lie, Mike Dell pulled the biggest swerve in ACW history. He put the wool over everybody's eyes. Now JT, he's dead set on getting that rematch. But you know, like I said, like you said, he can't trust anybody. He's teaming up with a guy played mind games with him for the whole year. And that's Jimmy Jacobs. This is crazy right here, bro.
We just heard the announcement of Mike Dell versus JT LaMotta, February 21st. That will be a heavyweight title. That is, if he can get through you, January 17th.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
A lot of people seem to be treating that as a foregone conclusion.
You know, that's what I like. You see Rocky, he was an underdog. I've always been an underdog all my life. It doesn't matter no more. I'm going to prove everybody that I deserve that heavyweight title.
Look at Mike Dell clapping for Showtime Scott Summers. Are you kidding me?
Oh my God, like I said, this is nuts.
These two men hate each other. They literally hate each other.
Yeah, man. But it's that old proverbial saying. What is it? Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. That's what he's doing.
Are you good?
Yeah.
You want to do it with that? Yeah. Well, I'm being joined now by Robert Evans. I'm going to bow out here. One thing I respect about you, Biss, is that you know when the better man has arrived, it's time for you to take a back seat and leave it to him to do what he does best, and that's commentate. Although honestly, I do so many things good, it's really difficult to tell what I'm the very best at.
What the hell is going on?
Do you have a problem?
I don't like you, dog.
You know what? Doesn't bother me you don't like me because every single person here in San Antonio loves me.
You know what? I'm not going to even touch that. Let's just do our job.
You know what? That's exactly what I always do. I am a true professional.
Yeah, all right, dog. But check it out. How do you feel about your boy Mike Dell choosing Showtime Scott Summers as his partner?
It's all mind games. This is all part of his diabolical plot. You are too blind to see what's going on, my friend.
I must be. I must be. And here he is, Jimmy Jacobs. This is a weird situation because last time we seen Jimmy, he helped Mike Dell retain his title against a match against Masada. Remember that?
Jimmy Jacobs is another master of mind games, and I don't know if anyone but Jimmy Jacobs knows exactly what he has planned at this point, but this has got to be part of it. After all, Jimmy Jacobs essentially picked himself as LaMotta's mystery tag team partner rather than the other way around. He told LaMotta, you know what? The person you need on your team is the person who has put you through the most, is the person who you know can take you to the limit, and that's me, Jimmy Jacobs.
Exactly, because him and LaMotta, I mean, for 1 year straight, he was in the head of LaMotta. Now you see them teaming up. You see Showtime teaming up with Dell. This is just weird. But it's going to be interesting.
Well, you know what? Maybe it's fitting that you and I are on commentary together because this is a match of odd couples.
Exactly.
That's the beauty of ACW. It all falls into place.
Wow. Who would ever thought? Hey, I got an idea. Ebony and Ivory.
Maybe ACH and I can do that. You and I don't think we click on that level.
Okay, well, I'll be Michael Jackson, you be Paul McCartney.
How about you're Michael Jackson 1975, I'll be Michael Jackson 2005.
That'll work, brother.
All right.
You got yourself a deal. JT.
What a seasoned athlete. Showtime Scott Summers is lighting a cigarette in the middle of the ring.
You never know what Showtime's gonna do, man. I'm telling you.
You see, that's why I don't like Showtime Scott Summers. He is a poor influence on all the children here. They need someone like myself. What do you lead an example?
I'm telling you, dog, Showtime, he personifies hard work.
I will tell you, he looks a lot better in those white boots.
Wow, I can't wait. This is gonna be crazy.
This is your ACW main event.
And LaMotta with a smoke as well.
You know, the only thing about this match is I'm skeptical to see who the fans choose to get behind.
Of the takeover, he is the ACW heavyweight champion. He is one man, Mark Dell. And his tag team partner from Boston, Massachusetts, he is one half of the ACW Tag Team Champions. He is the underground icon. He is Showtime Scott Summers.
Thank goodness Kelly Kyle's there to put that cigarette out. That could have been a fire hazard.
You know, I don't think these fans care.
Smokey the Bear does.
You know, I like Smokey.
He is the
He's pretty intense in person, though.
JT LaMotta.
You gotta love these fans. I mean, they
Well, I certainly do.
they're very vocal.
His tag team partner, hailing from Grand Rapids, Michigan, he is Jimmy Jacobs.
So it looks like we have the team of the Mind of Wrestling and the Twisted Mind of Wrestling with JT LaMotta and Jimmy Jacobs.
You know, I'm telling you right now, man, as a wrestling fan, this has got to be the most confusing match because you got people who are teamed up who can't stand each other. You got to see, you got to wonder how this is going to pan out. I mean, how can you trust? How can any one of them trust?
Absolutely. And LaMotta already has his mind racing because his little ego has been bruised by the fact that this side of the crowd doesn't like him. He can't stand it.
Well, that's always been ACW crowd. They're gonna like who they like. They're gonna dislike who they, that's what makes them unique.
If only LaMotta could figure that out, he could maybe concentrate. Look, he's got his back turned to the ACW champion, Mark Dell, and you do not turn your back to Mark Dell.
Well, that's Mike Dell first off, but I'm telling you right now, JT is probably one of the greatest athletes to step foot in that ring, but he needs to focus on Dell and quit worrying about these fans. They're not gonna get the job done. He needs to.
I agree with you completely. I'm surprised to hear myself say it, but I do.
Hey, he's happy, bro.
And a tag to Showtime Scott Summers. That is why Mark Dell is the leader of Full House.
I love that show. Have you seen Candace Cameron lately?
No.
Oh, dude, she's hot. She was hosting a show on E! I'll talk to you about that later. But.
Yeah. Let's not talk about interracial dating because that bothers me.
Yeah.
I mean, not that I care.
I don't want to pull an OJ here, but hey, back to the action. You got Showtime Scott Summers and JT about to start off the match.
JT LaMotta doing something very wise at this point, stalling because he knows he can't hang with the team of Showtime Scott Summers and Mark Dell.
I've seen JT like this. He's normally focused. Maybe it's because it's his tag team partner.
That may very well be it, and that might be part of Jimmy Jacobs' plan. Because you know what? I don't think a win or a loss in this match is going to make one bit of difference in Jimmy Jacobs' life. However, watching JT LaMotta tortured will.
Yeah, true. Go behind by JT. Reversal by Showtime. Snapmare. Oh, leg sweep. Wow. A lot of back and forth action going on. Oh, yeah. And this is what I'm talking about. This is what they need to do. They need to focus and just get the job done.
You know, I think once that collar elbow tie-up takes place, JT LaMotta is able to focus.
He's like a machine. But he's in there with Showtime Scott Summers, who is a former HCW heavyweight champion. And he's been up to the top, man. He knows what to do in that ring.
Well, every single person in this match is a former ACW champion, and every single one of them can go once it comes time to lock up.
I've been in the ring with all four of these guys. I know what it feels like. JT rolls out. Another standoff.
You know, when JT LaMotta starts flipping and rolling, Showtime Summers knows that is not his strong suit.
No, Showtime, he's one of those guys, he wants to just throw you around and beat the crap out of you. Well, JT, he's more of the athletic guy. He studies the lucha style, the Japan style, the European style. I mean, these two can go, but it's contrast of styles here.
And you know what Jimmy Jacobs studies, right?
I don't know.
The inner workings of every single opponent's mind, the psychology of what's going through each one of these men's heads.
The only thing that's stopping Jimmy is a PhD. He can be the next Dr. Kevorkian. This guy, you can't outthink him. Trust me, I know.
Well, I probably could, but you certainly couldn't.
Oh, man, that's messed up.
Hey, I just tell it like it is. That's my job as color commentator.
I'm the colored commentator.
Oh, you're the colored commentator. I'm sorry, that was over the line. I apologize.
You know what? Is there a union rep in the house somewhere? Anyways, back to the action.
Bad idea by Jimmy Jacobs to go for the power game with Scott Summers.
Oh, wow. Big forearm.
And he's finding out right now. A jawbreaker, however, can take anybody of any size down, and he knows that.
Exactly. And see, this is what Jimmy needs to do. He needs to try to keep the big man down, wear him out. If Showtime gets any leverage, he can strike you or he can knock you out of the damn ring. If Jimmy keeps him down, he has it where he wants.
Jimmy was going for that seated abdominal, but Summers fought it off. And now Summers has got what looks like a leg lace.
Jimmy's trying to roll to the ropes. He's there.
Jacobs wisely getting to the ropes very quickly. If he'd been in that much longer, the match could have ended very, very quickly, very abruptly.
See, one thing about Jimmy, man, he's going to make you come to him.
That's what he's doing right now. He's baiting Scott Summers in.
Ooh, kick to the gut.
That's right.
And I'm telling you, man, Showtime, he hits, it's like hitting somebody with a brick. His punches are deadly. Oh, big forearm. Cross faces. Jimmy needs to get out of there.
Those are not pleasant coming from Scott Summers. I'm speaking from first-hand experience. A drop toe hold, and looks like he's got him in the cross face. Again, this could be it very quickly.
Jimmy needs to get to the ropes.
I was ready to tap out last time I was in the ring with Scott Summers, and you put me in this.
He's got his foot on the ropes. He's going to have to break it. Got him in the wrist lock. What's he going to do here? Oh! Yeah. Jimmy slips out. It's like he's trying to get him in a... Oh, he turns him over. Now Jimmy has the arm.
Jimmy going for the... Oh, I thought he was going for the cross armbar, but it looks like he's going for the... what do you call this?
It's like a... kind of like a triangle hole, looks like it, but he has the arm. Like I said, he's got to keep him down.
You know, I was trained by the General Scandal Bar, and he taught me that move personally. I'm ashamed that I can't remember the name of it.
Triangle hold. Oh,
but I do know the name of this.
This is a pick somebody up. Oh, and slam him right on the back of his head.
Well, I call it a powerbomb, but lots of wrestling moves have multiple names.
LaMotta's back in.
And that side of the crowd knows it. Scott Summers giving Mark Dell a taste of his own medicine.
Well, Scott Summers is going to be like, he's not going to do the bulk end of the work. And this is what LaMotta wants. He wants Dell in there. He has him. Let's see what he's gonna do.
And these good fans here in San Antonio want him in the ring as well. They're chanting one man at the top of their lungs.
Ooh, strong kicks by JT.
I'm sure they don't like seeing that.
Reverse. Oh, he slides under. Pulls the leg out. What's he gonna do? Oh, wow! Dell just hit face first that pole.
The Jersey native took too long with the mind of wrestling.
Baseball
Can't do that, yeah. All Jimmy Jacobs and Scott Summers can do is watch on as JT LaMotta takes it to Dell. Ramming his back into the apron. It's become very personal between these two. After all, it was Dell who took JT LaMotta out for months.
Like I said, he pulled the biggest swerve in HCW history. Big back body drop. And you know what? Dell has a history of back problems.
Well,
he holds on.
The champ is too wise. He's getting the cat. For the kick. And he gets flatlined.
Wow.
Go for the cover, Dell. Come on.
You know, I don't like Dell personally, but he's the champ.
And he's the champ for a reason.
Exactly.
It's pretty obvious. A tag by Dell to Scott Summers. They're in. And I can't believe there's no teamwork here.
Yeah.
With a double hip toss.
He just pulled LaMotta out.
Unbelievable.
That damn Showtime. You gotta love him though.
Why would Scott Summers even bother pulling him out of the way? Go ahead and stomp him in the head and then give him a gut wrench.
You never know what he's thinking. Oh, wow.
I guess that's true. Nobody ever knows what's going through that psychotic mind.
Just a 2 count. Kind of a half rear naked choke he's trying to go for, but he doesn't have the chin or the got the arm.
Yeah, this is an unorthodox hold, but Scott Summers sometimes doesn't go with traditional wrestling holds. He goes with what feels good, what feels right. And this is a perfect example right here.
He knows how to dish out that punishment.
And Jimmy Jacobs knows how to put it to an end. Thus far, this has been a captive tag team match.
Yeah, this is something else.
And I have no clue what to think. Every time someone looks to gain an advantage, just like that, you see an enziguri or something, and the tide turns.
Both men are down. LaMotta's on his feet first. Big forearm. Another forearm. Goes to whip him. Reverse blow. Oh, clothesline.
JT LaMotta gets spiked on the neck. And then Scott Summers with what looks like a rear naked choke with
this time, there you go. LaMotta has the ropes, but Jimmy breaks it up anyway.
Scott Summers has put a number of people away with that rear naked choke. So JT LaMotta, while he may not like Jimmy Jacobs, is very lucky to have him on his team this evening.
Exactly. Dell's going up top. Oh, God. Shades of demolition. He moves!
Dell with the elbow, and Scott Summers again pulling a ruse on the champ.
See, this is what I'm talking about. See, Dell thought that he only had to deal with LaMotta. He has to deal with his own tag partner.
It looks like nobody is Scott Summers' ally here in ACW.
It's like Jimmy made the save. It's hard to tell from here. It's like he broke it up. Dell's getting pissed off.
Could be. It may be cold outside, but it's heating up between Dell and Summers.
Beautiful snap suplex by Mike Dell. Kicks out.
In terms of teamwork, you and I are doing the best. Jimmy Jacobs and JT LaMotta are doing the second best. And Dell and Summers are in a distant third.
Exactly. So, we're the leading odd couple right now.
What's that?
We're the leading odd couple right now.
Absolutely. The two Michael Jacksons.
That's right. Beautiful drop kick by LaMotta.
A drop kick off the middle, a little extra momentum, maybe just enough for JT LaMotta to make that tag.
He makes the tag
to Jimmy Jacobs, and Jimmy Jacobs is in on.
He's going to town. What's that? A series of elbows and it looks like forearms. Oh, Jimmy's hot. He's fresh.
Jimmy Jacobs may not like JT LaMotta, but he has no love lost for Mark Dell either. He would love to be the ACW champion again.
Oh, exactly. Dell kicks out, that bastard.
Just a few months ago, Jimmy Jacobs described Mark Dell as a monster. The monster that ACW never wanted, but that he warned them about.
I don't like him.
Duck one.
Oh! They both were, they was thinking the same thing.
Looks like they had about equal momentum because both men are down. Jacobs might be faring a little bit better because he was on top right before. Another tag to LaMotta, and it's hot between Summers and LaMotta.
These are getting heated. Bunch of forms. They're training forms. And this is what I'm talking about, man. You gotta love it.
This is an unorthodox exchange of forearms. Of course, because Scott Summers is a southpaw. Rights by LaMotta, lefts by Scott Summers.
And a kick to the face.
Followed by a backhand. And what's LaMotta going for right here? An Irish whip. Into the corner. Followed up LaMotta.
Oh, drop toe. Oh, hits the second turnbuckle.
LaMotta took a second too long. You can't do that with Scott Summers. These signature knees to the back of the skull. And this might be it for the mind of wrestling. His brain is being scrambled.
He's gonna go for another one.
Adjusting his knee pad. And he took too long.
Jacobs pulled LaMotta out the way.
Absolutely.
Chose him on the top.
A guillotine. LaMotta's fresh. This could be it.
Ducks. Big German. Wow.
What resilience by LaMotta. German suplexing the bigger man.
This has been back and forth action. You can't find another promotion that can give you this type of action.
Absolutely. You're not going to find this on TV unless you put an ACW DVD in the DVD player first.
Exactly. Might have raced on. Could have him. Oh, God, just a two. That was close.
I got to admit, I did not believe that was it. I cannot believe that Scott Summers will be down that long and stay down for the full 3 count. He is too good.
Oh, yes.
Some have called him the best in Texas. I wouldn't call him that because Robert Evans is.
Bro, you know what? You're your biggest fan. I already know.
How could I not be? I know me the best.
Match. Let's call the match. Showtime's not going down without a fight. Jimmy's staying on top of him, though. You got to stay on him. Drops Nell to the neck. This crowd is getting behind Jacobs.
Well, they appreciate him. He knows what he's doing, and they can tell.
These are his peoples.
You know, it would probably stink to fly all the way down here from Michigan like Jimmy Jacobs did, not to be appreciated by these people.
Oh, they love him.
I'm sure it's very gratifying for him. A very interesting reverse cravat.
Yeah.
That's got to be wrenching Scott Summers' neck.
Scott, like I said, he's got to wear the big man down. I've been in that ring with, neck breaker.
Summers tried to stand up out of the cravat, and Jimmy Jacobs just turned it right into a neck breaker.
Kicks out.
That was a close 2 count. Almost a 3.
See, Jimmy has a game plan. He's trying to wear the big man down by working on that neck.
You know, you say Jimmy has a game plan, but it looks to me like Jimmy and JT have a game plan. They are functioning much better than I would have expected as a team.
Exactly. That's shocking.
Another neck breaker, this time dropped across the knee.
Yes. That's heated forearm again.
Vintage JT LaMotta.
Oh!
And these 2 counts are getting longer each time.
He's got some beast, man.
He looks like it with all those tattoos. He looks like a freak if you ask me. A reverse of the Irish whip, up and over. Showtime eats the turnbuckle, and then a fist from LaMotta.
Big spine buster.
LaMotta went to the well one too many times with that Irish whip on the bigger man, and Summers turned it into a spine buster.
They're both down.
Let me ask you this. Why is the referee giving a standing 10 count if there are no disqualifications in ACW?
I think that ref drinks a little, dude.
What's that?
I think that ref drinks a little.
Oh, you know what? That makes perfect sense.
Yeah. It was exchanging big fists, and JT caught him right in the face with that kick.
In the exchange of fists, the foot won out. Another tag by JT LaMotta, and they have isolated Scott Summers at this point.
Smart. Very smart.
Jimmy Jacobs calling back to the Iron Sheik, and he's got the camel clutch locked in on Scott Summers. If this were 1984, it would already be over.
Yes, that's correct.
But this is not 1984. That is not Bob Backlund. That is Scott Summers, and he's not going to stay in the camel clutch for long.
Exactly. Come
on,
Jimmy, you got to wear him down. That's not phasing him. Oh, God!
I can't tell who's hitting Scott Summers harder, Jimmy Jacobs or himself.
Summers is crazy. Oh, my God.
That idea, don't look to the moon.
Whips Jacobs off. Big back elbow.
A monster back elbow from the monster. And a sit-out suplex.
A Falcon arrow. Oh, big save by LaMotta.
LaMotta owes Jimmy Jacobs a save. After all the saves, Jimmy Jacobs has given LaMotta.
She's going for it. She's going for another Falcon arrow here. She's got LaMotta up. What's she going to do?
Haha. Here comes Dell, and this time...
Oh my God! He finally got the double team when we wanted.
Oh, close count there.
Wow.
A little unintentional teamwork by Scott Summers and Mark Dell. Dell would have preferred Scott Summers never even saw him there, and I think that's exactly what happened.
He goes to whoop Jimmy. Jimmy kicks him in the gut. Could this be it? Contra code! He hits it!
Jacobs almost missed it, but the trained eye of Jimmy Jacobs was able to scout that turnbuckle and pull it off.
So is this in? He's shooting him off. Oh, this is too much action.
Duck in the elbow, duck in the line. Jacobs with another crossbody. This time, doesn't look like it's going to turn out very well for him.
Oh my God! Death Valley driver! This
And we've seen Summers win with this as well.
Breaks the count. Woo! Bro, I'm telling you, I'm not even down there. I'm already winded. This is action right here.
JT LaMotta and Jimmy Jacobs still functioning very well team. LaMotta may have just saved that match for Jacobs.
Jacobs with the neck breaker. They've been focusing on that neck.
Jacobs out on the apron after that swinging neck breaker. I think he got just enough of Scott Summers to get out of the way and out of the line of fire. Who else gets their name chanted for a mere swinging neck breaker?
Everybody now. It's like JT's getting up first. Summers is up. Runs in, catches the boot.
He eats a boot. And Summers eats a knee. Jacobs is trying to pull Scott Summers out to the floor. Isolate him. LaMotta's helping him. It looks like they're trying to keep Dell alone in the ring so that LaMotta can finish him off.
What Dell do not want. He doesn't want this.
A little miscommunication right here between Summers and Dell.
Summers is getting back in.
They can't decide who should be in the ring.
I mean, there was action everywhere. You can't even, who's the legal man? I don't know.
So what happens when neither man trusts the other one?
Jacobs is oh, there. They got Dell back in.
Jacobs and LaMotta just jumped Dell. Dell, however, is back on top.
Big spinning wheel kick by LaMotta. It's a Gurry. Oh, Dell staggered.
Dell's out on his feet. LaMotta hits the ropes. A lunging forearm. A kick by Dell, and Dell's back on top.
JT lands on his feet. Could this be the crown for this down? He's going for it. He hits it. He hits it.
And Dell just got crammed.
Oh, saved by Showtime.
Everybody's out of control here.
Oh, God.
A brainbuster on LaMotta. And Scott Summers is the only one standing strong.
Jimmy.
Here comes Jimmy Jacobs.
He catches him. Big overhead belly to belly.
Summers is still the only one standing strong.
Just trying to get his partner up.
It's mayhem in the crowd.
Out, man. He took that crown for this down, man. He's working his way up. He's up.
Dell's very proud of his partner.
He's choking out his own partner.
Scott doesn't look to be as proud of Dell. And is Scott trying to tap his own tag team partner? Can that happen in ACW?
But if they're on teams and he taps,
You've been here longer than I have. You tell me.
but you're from Canada.
Oh my gosh.
I'm fucking confused, man. I think, yeah, Dell's out.
Summers is demanding
Dell's out.
that the referee call this match. He does not look to be satisfied.
He's coming.
A tag by Jimmy Jacobs.
And he gets the pinfall. You gotta be, this is the,
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of your match, Jimmy Jacobs and JT LaMotta.
And look who's ringing that bell. It's Scott Summers. Scott Summers is the one who put Dell out. LaMotta went for the pin, but Jimmy Jacobs got the win. It turned into mayhem despite looking like it was going to be a team effort early on.
bro, I'm fucking confused. But I guess that hits the name Anarchy Championship Wrestling. Because this was Total Anarchy.